volume's on. Up and in.
Good evening. My name is Eloy Veto with JCTV, and joining with me today is
Kavish Siddhartha.
Tonight we are broadcasting the Jesuit men's varsity game. They're taking on West Linn here at Jesuit in the night lobby.
Yeah, we should have a great game tonight. Both teams starting off the season strong, and we're really looking forward to tonight's game.
Yeah, tonight's a pretty strong matchup. I know it's pretty early, but the rankings, there's an OSAA ranking that's done by the coaches and scouts and the OSA equation alike. The rankings have Jesuit in fourth with a record of 3-1, and West Linn right below them in fifth with a 4-1 record. So tonight is a pretty big matchup. Two of the top teams in state are taking each other on, and as that has happened the past few weeks, some of the top 5 teams have been playing each other, been battling out, except Jefferson, who are right now out of town in Hawaii.
Yeah, but like you said, it is a little bit of a big picture because the top 5 teams are all battling against each other. Like you said, 4 out of the top 5 seeded teams have been playing each other recently. So whoever can come out the strongest in the beginning can maybe make the strongest run to the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what I agree. I agree with that too. Now, and next week also, or next league game, Jesuit take on 6th ranked Clackamas. So very big, busy schedule ahead of some of these teams, especially West Linn and Jesuit. In a few days, Jesuit and West Linn both head off to the LSI, the Les Schwab Invitational. A very, very well-known and very prestigious basketball tournament that has some of the best teams in the nation coming to play.
It's a great big stage, and I guess we'll see whether Jesuit and Mater Dei are up to the task.
And we'll be right back while we do the national anthem.
Throughout the season, and just being out there with all of my friends and all like brothers, it was a surreal moment, and in the moment it was amazing. Nothing can really describe the emotion that was running through all of us.
Seeing that we only have 3 seniors this year and we're like pretty young, what is your thoughts on like our youth and going into West Linn? Like, how's your strategy going against winning and playing the game?
Well, given the fact that we have so many young bodies on the team, some would call it a disadvantage, but these guys have been in the program for a while, so they know the ropes, they know what to do. So it's not like they're inexperienced players, but coming into a big game like West Linn, we got to shoot the ball well, and we just got to execute because we're a lot smaller than other teams too, and we got to make up for that on the defensive end, and we got to get a lot more rebounds.
Knowing that you're a 3-year varsity player, knowing that you're going to be a leader this year, how are you going to help the youth know that you're like you can be somebody to trust?
Well, I mean, I had great leaders in the past for myself, like the likes of Matthew Lang and Justin Beaker. So they taught me a lot what it means to be a leader, but the biggest thing that they taught me was that actions are everything, because if you don't do what you want the rest of the team to do, then that's just hypocritical and they're not going to do it. So you have to lead with your actions, not just with your words.
Back to you. Thank you, Matthew.
And we are back. We're going to look at the lineups now for West Linn and Jesuit. We'll start with West Linn first. Starting, we have number 1, a 6'3" guard, Micah Garrett. Number 3, Jackson Shellstad, who is a 5'11" guard. Number 11, Gus Michelon, who is a wing, 6'5" wing. Parker Durbin, 6'3" wing as well. And then Joju Hala, the 6'7" point guard. Now we're going to head into Jesuits. Starting, we have a lot of juniors starting tonight. We have number 1, James Lang, number 3, Roy Bunn, number 5, Liam Rutledge, senior number 12, Matthew Levis, and then number 23, Aiden Corbett. The coaches tonight are the storied coaches from West Linn. They have the legendary coach Eric Viucola, and coaching Jesuit, as always, is Gene Potter. Now, let's talk about these two coaches real quick, Kavish. These two coaches are the only two coaches in history to have won 4 back-to-back 6A state championships.
Yeah, that's really impressive. I mean, they're the only two.
Yeah.
And if you like, winning a state championship is hard, but winning 4 in a row is really a true testament to how great coaches they are.
Yeah, and we saw the two coaches before game were talking with each other, giving being a little friendly. I wonder what they're talking about. You know, two of the best coaches in OSA history. Coach Viocola coached one of the best players in the country right now for college, Peyton Pritchard. So.
But looks like we have tip-off starting right now. So game starting. Let's get it.
And that's an early foul.
Jesuit foul, Matthew Levis's first team foul of the first half.
That foul, Matthew Levis.
Jackson Shelstad for 2.
And the first shot is good. Now Jesuit, they have a pretty strong lineup, but they're missing they're missing 2 key players. Jimmy Ray has been injured with an injured shoulder, and Connor Colas has just come back from injury. Is on the sideline for the first few minutes of the game. We'll see if he gets in. We'll see how that affects Jesuit and their style of play. They have a very strong defense. I know they have a very strong defense, but Westland themselves are very tall, very physical. Number 15, Jojo Hall, is pretty solid as a shooter, 6'7" shooter.
Yeah, but we all know the majority of Coach Potter's basketball teams are pretty short, yet they all play.
And Roy Bunn with the
great
first
shot
point,
by
Jesuit's
Roy
first
Bunn.
point. Great layup, great take. Now Westland on a quick counter. Here's Jojo Hall, that shooter, taking on Aiden Corbett. That's a Shelstad. Here's Owen Rutledge with almost a steal, and that's an over and back. Great pressure from
defensive
Jesuit.
stop
Yeah,
by
now you can see.
Yeah, we were just talking about that defensively, and they really just stepped it up there.
Yeah.
Size really doesn't matter with Coach Potter's team. He somehow turns 5 smaller guys into a defensive monster, which is what we just saw there.
Yeah, they very tenacious, force that over and back. Lots of double teaming.
Yeah.
There's Roy Bunn with the ball, taking on Shelstad. Now here's Rutledge, kicks it out to Corbett for 3, and it's good.
Oh, wow.
Jesuit takes the lead. Oh. Ball's out of bounds. They throw in for Westland.
Yeah, Westland's really getting on the fast breaks early. Whenever they inbound the ball, they're really just passing it ahead, trying to get a easy or fast shot.
Yeah, here's Shelstad now. Roy Bunn in front of him. Scanning. Here's Michelon.
It's like
To
Westland.
Juhala, and now double team.
Oh,
Wonderful
a great
steal from
steal.
Aiden Corbett. Picked his pocket. Now Roy Bunn with the ball. Oh, losing control. James Lane can keep it in bounds, picks it up. Floater. It's good. 7-2 now.
Great job by James Lane keeping the play alive and getting a great jumper.
Very composed shot there. And that's a good shot as well from Micah Garrett
Yeah.
to lower the deficit to 3 points.
Westland's really passing the ball fast and early, and it's showing.
Yeah, and they have that height advantage over Jesuit. But
So-
Jesuit so far have been pretty dominant, pretty accurate with their shots. Now Rutledge with the shot. Ooh, doesn't quite fall. Now here's Shelstad bringing the ball up court to Michelon. He's got no one open as of now but Joe Juhala now with the ball. Tries to find Michelon,
And a
Michelon
steal.
inside. And now Levis is on a fast break, taking on Micah Garrett. Comes up short in the layup. Great take from Shelstad. And it doesn't quite fall, but great rebound from Juhala. Puts it up. Easy layup.
Great job by Joe Hall by keeping the play alive.
He's got that height advantage, that 6'7" shooting ability, rebounding ability. It's going to be tough to defend him in the paint. Here's Levis now.
Looks like Jesuit's doing a bit of a motion at the top. But then it's mostly centered around Roy Bunn because he's such a great playmaker, and you never know what he's going to do.
I've heard a lot about Roy Bunn and his ability to pass and find players. And now here is Durbin with an easy layup on the steal. And Westland have taken the lead by a point.
Looks like Westland's just out hustling Jesuit. I think Jesuit was a little bit caught off guard with Westland's fast offense. But let's see if they can adjust.
Here's James Lang now to Rutledge. Swings it to Levis. Looks to drive, but stops. Hands it off to Corbett. Aiden Corbett now. It's James Lang. Takes a shot. We got Micah Garrett with a resolute defense in front of him.
Great defensive play by Micah Garrett.
A good floater from Corbett. Doesn't quite fall. Rebound from Michelin. Now here's Micah Garrett. Pulls up for three. Doesn't fall. James Lang with the rebound. Good handles from Roy Bunn. Roy Bunn with a layup. And what a layup that was from Roy.
Amazing concentration there by Roy Bunn.
Now he's standing up. Number 3. Shellstad.
Great play by Roy Bunn, and by all means, that was not an easy basket.
That was a difficult angle. Now Matthew Levis tight on. Micah Garrett forcing the mistake. James Lang on the fast break. Textbook layup from James Lang.
Looks like Jesuit's coming back with some speed of their own, getting some key defensive steals and turning them into points.
Yeah. It was a first of all great move from Roy Bunn. The great move defensively on the other side. And now getting ready for a change in personnel here for Westland and for Jesuit. It looks like there was a foul.
Yeah, it looks like there was an offensive foul, an elbow nudge by number 15.
Joe Juhala.
Yeah, Joe Juhala.
And now change for Jesuit. Connor Colas comes on, taking off Aiden Corbett. And McKelligan as well comes on, taking off Roy Bunn.
Yeah, we've all been missing Connor Colas a lot, and it'll be interesting to see if he can be a playmaker.
Yeah, and the only player to stay on for Westland is Micah Garrett.
Great job by Matthew Levis creating space there for an easy floater.
Here's Kelton Herrick now with the ball. Colton Young now up top. Back to Herrick.
Wow.
Mason Van Beenen with a travel.
Jesuit's getting some energy and pulling it from the crowd early on. They've gotten a lot of defensive stops as of lately.
Yeah, forcing a lot of errors too defensively. Here's Connor Colas, kicks it out to Rutledge for 3. That's a specialty right there in the corner and drains it. 16-8 now.
Yeah, if Liam Rutledge has a wide open corner 3, might as well give up already. It's going in.
Yeah. Here's Micah Garrett. Back to Herrick. Here's Colton Young. Double team by Rutledge and Colas. Now back to Herrick, who's got McCulligan right in front of him. Giving him the inside channel with a floater, and it falls. That seemed a bit too easy for it to be given up by Jesuit there.
And he got a little bit of a lucky bounce, too.
Yeah, Colton Herrick just pulled up quickly and then just floated over Matt Levis. Here's James Lang. Oh, loses the ball. Here's Herrick on a fast break now. Oh, and fubs it, but put up nicely, recovered nicely by Micah Garrett. Here's Levis now, and is fouled. Quick back and forth between these two teams. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Both teams are really coming out fast. There's already been a ton of defensive steals and turnovers, but both teams are really coming after each other. I mean, that's just the coaching masterminds. I guess they were both coaches had the same game plan. Start the game off.
Strong.
Yeah.
And now that Micah Garrett, that is his second personal foul tonight. He's got to be careful with those. It's only the first quarter. Now Rutledge and James Lang have come out. Roy Bunn and Aiden Corbett take their spots again. Matt Levis probably one of the top performers for Jesuit in games of in the recent games, scoring 19 points in their last one.
Yeah, Matthew Levis is just so amazing at creating space for himself. That's really all it is. He gets open and he makes shots. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Looks like looks like James Lang is coming back in.
He's got to tuck in his jersey first.
Yeah.
You can thank Chris Paul for that. Inbound, and now here's Kelton Herrick. Micah Garrett lays it off back to Kelton Herrick. Herrick, great handles from Micah. Back out to Young. Young for three, and his shot is good.
Great ball movement by West Linn.
Yes, that was a good play. It is great handles from Colton Herrick to keep the ball, to draw that pressure in and play it on the outside. But here's McKelligan now with the reverse layup in the paint. Answers back, and you can see on the sideline, Coach Viacola is not happy with that.
Yeah, but it's just been a shootout. Both teams are getting a lot of points in this first half. Looks like we're going to have a pretty high-scoring game today, or at least that's the story of the first quarter.
Looking forward to this game. Oh, great inside pass to Ziki Viacola. That is Coach Viacola's own son. It's going to be Zeke Viacola. Here's Roy Bunn taking on Colton Herrick. And looks foul, but kicks it back out to James Lang for three, and another shot is good.
Wow, to end the first quarter. Wow.
The score is 22-17. So far, great exchange between both teams.
Yeah, we have quite the game. And at the end of the first quarter, it looks like Jesuit is leading 22-17.
Yep.
Alternating possession arrow points toward the Crusaders. It'll be Jesuit basketball to begin the second quarter.
And we're back. We're Bunn with the ball. Other change, we have number 3, Shellstad back on the field, back on the court, excuse me. And number 12, Parker Durbin back on the court. Connor Cole is for 3, a little bit long.
That was a good play designed by Jesuit, getting Connor to pull away from the screen there to get an open shot. Just couldn't fall. Great defense by Jesuit, forcing another turnover.
Juhala is not happy with that, but testament to this principle and disciplined defense. Here's Colas now taking to the basket, kicks it out to McKelligan. Levis now to Roy Bunn. Tight defense from West Linn here. Colas across the paint to Levis. Here's Levis taking on Micah Garrett. And what a layup that was. Micah Garrett on him.
Very strong take to the basket, and it proved very, looks like.
Aiden Corbett is first.
Looks like some people in the crowd have some mixed opinions about that foul.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Viacola wanted to Won that in the paint. There's a foul. Aiden Corbett, first personal foul. Now, Shelstad trying to inbound the ball. Hits it long. Here is Gus Michelin to Shelstad. And that's a good lay from from Shelstad.
Yeah, both teams' guards are really playing well. Matthew Levis and James Lang are starting out fast, and Jackson Shelstad and Micah Garrett have also come out pretty fast too.
Shelstad with uncontested layup. Excuse me, that was a contested layup, but put it up nicely. But here is Levis now with the rebound, carrying up the court. Finds McKelligan. Colas with the reverse layup. Looks like he was fouled, but play goes on. There's Micah Garrett now with the floater, pulls up nicely with the. That was a nice shot. Very nice shot from Micah Garrett.
I can guarantee you that Coach Potter's not very happy with his team getting back on defense, and but we're going to most likely see a change to that in the second half. But right now, Westland's making them pay.
Yeah, that was a great floater. Almost too easy for Micah Garrett to cut inside on his left and then just pull up on the elbow.
Yeah, it is too easy for him.
Here's McKelligan, with a three. Comes up short. Falls nicely for Levis. And now here's Bunn with a three. Again. And it is out for a throw-in off Shelstad.
James Lang back in the ball game for the Crusaders along with Liam Buckley.
Supposed to kick over here because it's not a.
Here's Lang.
Oh,
And
Wesson.
that's a foul.
Oh, he almost got away with one there. Still great defense by Westland, but got a little handsy there and committed a foul.
Jackson Shelstad picks up the foul, his first third team foul in the first half.
Ooh, and Roy Bunn loses the ball, but takes it nicely, and it's a and one for Aiden Corbett. Scores 28-21 now.
Yeah. One thing I'd like to point out is Jackson Shelstad's defense against Roy Bunn has been pretty amazing. I mean, Jackson's a fast dude himself, and he's proven it by keeping up with the speedy Roy Bunn. So, I mean, great job by both of those players. It should be a good matchup to watch in the rest of the game.
Now Matthew Garrett taking up the ball. James Lang in front of him. Double teamed by James Lang and Connor Colas. Now here's Shelstad.
Where'd the batteries come from?
To Durbin. Here's Van Beenen, the 6'8" player, and is fouled. Shot doesn't fall though.
These are the little ones. We don't have any.
Looks like Jesuits switched to a little bit of a 2-3 zone. Let's see if they stay in it or not. Looks like a bit of a change, but we're always in for a treat with Coach Potter's defense, so we'll see.
Now there's a change. Again, Matthew Levis taking off Connor Colas. Matthew Levis, and McKelligan taking off Connor Colas and Aiden Corbett. Now scramble for the ball. Matthew Levis tries to get there, but Durbin picks it up. Now here's Shelstad to Garrett. Almost intercepted by James Lang. Here's Van Beenen back out to Young.
Great rebound there by Matthew Levis.
Bit of a deadlock for the past minute. Both teams being unable to score. Almost a great pass from McKelligan to Roy Bunn. Read nicely by the defense though. Now here is Van Beenen with the layup.
Great strong take. And,
got that height. Got that height. 6'8".
Like we've been saying the whole game, Westland's coming out fast. Whenever they get the ball, they're shooting it right down the court.
Yep.
And it's been pivotal in a lot of their points so far.
And Roy Bunn, good take. Shellstad on the fast break, got James Linn in front of him, and fumbles the ball out for a throw-in.
Jackson Shellstad is doing an amazing job of, once he gets that ball, he is sprinting up the court looking for people to toss a couple dimes to, and he's been pivotal. He probably has a lot of assists from it, and he's been a huge playmaker this so far.
Now, Jojo Hall coming in, taking off Van Vienen, two of the tallest players on the court. Jojo Hall.
Good play design, couldn't fall.
Here's James Linn for three. Knocks it down. 31 to 23.
You can't give James any space for a three-pointer because you know he's going to knock it down.
Now you can see the two coaching styles here. We got Eric Vucola walking up and down the sideline, being very vocal, whereas Coach Dean, more reserved coach. Both coaches have their own coach style to suit them.
It looks like Coach Carter's got them now, too.
Oh, yeah. Here, Duhala free throw is good, excuse me. And the sub now, Mac and Garrett coming off for Kelton Herrick.
Back in the ball game.
We got 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Let's see if Jesuit can pull ahead or Westland can bring it back up to a tie game. Ooh, James Linn. Oh, almost. Oh, a great offensive rebound by McKelligan. You know, Spencer McKelligan's, he's only a sophomore, but he's put together a very strong first half.
Juhala trying to get it back. Rebounded by Rutledge.
Jesuit pushing the ball up.
Now, interesting fact here, Westland, very good team in their own right, but they played Roosevelt, and Roosevelt beat Westland, but Jesuit also beat Roosevelt, so
yeah,
very interesting. Personal foul on Zeke Vucola. 30-second timeout.
Both teams have had a very interesting way of producing points for them. We've got Jesuit, which is taking, at times, a very fast-paced offense like Westland's, but at times they can have a slow motion offense, which still results in points. But Westland, I mean, talk about getting some easy points. Once they get the ball, they are just sprinting up the court and getting easy baskets, and it's played really well. I mean, they still are losing, but I mean, if they can keep going after that as easily as they are, I mean, Jesuit's having to work harder for their points than Westland is.
Yeah, they've Westland have been very unlucky. I feel like a lot of players like Juhala, his layups are just not falling, and that could be testament to Jesuit's defense, but also just got to be a bit more clinical with their shooting and their layups. Got to make those easy shots. Here's James Linn now. Back to Matthew Levis. Picks it up early.
Yeah, looks like Jesuit's having a couple of two guards set at the top and having some screens set on the bottom, some flare screens, some backdoor screens, but none of them are really working. This Westland defense is very disciplined.
Orbon calling for support. Here's Spencer McKelligan. Matt Levis now. Just working the ball around the outside of three. Shot from James Linn. It is good! Another three from James Linn. Score is 36-24. Jesuits leading.
So Jesuit's going to take it slow, try to waste as much time with 1:30 left.
In the second quarter. We just got word that the score bug is not working on our side, so we apologize for that technical difficulty. Kavish and I will try to supply you with the score and time as much as possible, and as accurate as possible. Here's Matthew Levis for an open three. Doesn't fall. Jojo Hala picks it up. Now here's Shelstad again. Colton Young. Kelton Herrick
Oh,
is blocked
wow.
nicely by Spencer
He
McKelligan.
batted that like a volleyball. What a block by Spencer McKelligan, and the crowd is going crazy.
Yeah, that got the stands on their feet and the players on the bench alike. Now Matthew Levis coming out.
Yeah, Spencer's got me thinking we're watching a volleyball game here.
Durbin out to Carrick. Here's Viacola with the shot. Doesn't fall. And it blocked again. Micah Garrett this time is blocked by Spencer McKelligan. But a floater from Micah Garrett this time over. Falls nicely. Scores 36-26. Jesuit leads by 10.
Wow, talk about the sophomore, Spencer McKelligan, the only sophomore on the Varsity Jesuit team. And wow, what a first half. He's got a couple points there, a lot of buckets. But defensively, another great shot there by number 5, Liam Rutledge, corner specialist, and grade 3.
Here's Parker Durbin. Kelton Herrick takes his time on that 3. He doesn't quite fall, though.
Looks like Jesuit's going to get the last possession. They're up 39-26.
Got 10 seconds left in this second quarter, excuse me. Oh, blocked nicely. Viacola blocks Roy Bunn. No, Micah Garrett with the textbook layup and the...
That is the half. Jesuit is winning 39 to Westland's 28.
Some standout players real quick for you, Kavish.
Well, on Jesuit's side, I would have to give it to, personally, I'm going to give it to Spencer McKelligan or James Lang. James Lang's had a ton of three-pointers, but the way Spencer's, he doesn't get a ton of minutes. He's not even a starter, but the way he's really, his minutes that he's got in the first half, he's utilized them, and he's played great. What do you think about Westland's side of the ball?
They got some good players. I like the stuff I'm seeing from Shellstad and Micah Garrett. They've both been very tenacious. They've both been trying to make things work. Micah, I don't think has come off at all. Been on the court a lot, and Shellstad he's like Roy Bunn, creating stuff, trying to find those open channels.
But it looks like each of the players are. You know what their strengths are. You see Micah coming off the screens, and he's hit a couple jumpers at the elbow. And on the other hand, Shellstad has just been a speedster. He's just been a playmaker, dishing the ball out on every which way on the fast breaks, and he's gotten himself a few points too.
Yep. All right, so this is halftime, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back after this break, and we will try to sort out our problem with the score bug. Thank you.
Welcome back, everyone. Second half, we're right about to start right now. Well, we had a great first half. What are your thoughts going into the second half, Laura?
Well, there's a little break. I feel like teams might have lost some momentum, but I feel like the coaches are still going to very drill into them to not let up on this intensity. Very intense game so far. Both teams have quick back and forth exchanges.
Yeah, I would not be surprised at all if Coach Potter's defense got more adjusted to Westland's fast-paced offense.
Here's Durbin. Juhala.
Oh, almost a steal by Roy Bund there.
Here's Shellstad now. Taking on Roy Bund. Here's Michelon. Shellstad. Inside floater. Shot's good.
Good shot by Shellstad there, creating space for himself and putting up a high-arcing mid-range jumper that falls.
Score is 39-30 now for Jesuit, still in the lead by 9. Here's Matthew Levis. Rutledge. Corbett.
Quick ball movement by
There's
Jesuit.
James Lang. Inside layup. Oh, and unlucky there, but it was
Yeah.
almost too easy for him to take that.
Yeah, he put a little bit too much on that, but no doubt he'll make that next time.
Yeah, now here is top scorer Micah Garrett.
Oh,
Almost. Micah Garrett has 10 points to his name tonight. Very good game for him. And that is a foul. Number 3, Shellstad on Roy Bund.
Coach V is
Yeah,
very not that happy with that call.
Yeah, he's adamant about that. Questionable call in my opinion as well. Roy Bund.
Oh,
Almost.
wow.
And the layup does fall. That was another amazing effort from Roy Bund.
Great job by Roy Bund. The minute he took it from out of bounds, he got a step on him and
Oh, and Juhala is having trouble with his layups trying to fall tonight, being very unlucky.
Yeah.
Now Rutledge for 3. It's
oh,
good.
Wow.
And now Jesuit have taken off now, 44-30. They've got to gain a 14-point lead.
It's like Coach V isn't very happy about the start to the second half. But going back to that layup by Juhala, it almost looked like he thought about dunking it, but then he switched it up last minute. So, I mean, I don't have that problem. I can't dunk at all.
Yeah.
Problems for a 6-footer.
Great performance from the Jesuit Pep Band. Quick reminder that the score bug is not working. So score is 44-30 with 6 minutes and 15 seconds left in this third quarter.
Looks like the score bug is actually back up.
Okay.
So looks like all the viewers can see the score now.
Here's Micah Garrett to Michelon. To Durbin. Very fast movement of the ball. And easy layup for Juhala. That was a very nice movement.
Yeah, Juhala had no problem making that layup that time.
Looks like Coach Viacola has drilled into his team how to make a layup. And that looks like a travel. Oh, excuse me, offensive foul, Matthew Levis, I believe on Joe Juhala.
First team foul of the second half.
It's like Roy Bund's picking up Jackson Shellstad at half court. Moving screen, and also bring his leg out a little bit, which is a foul.
Now you can see, look at the size of this team. They got extremely tall players. Juhala, 6'7". On the bench is Ben Beenan, 6'8". Michael Durbin himself is pretty tall as well. Matthew Levis, easy layup, great pass to find him.
Matthew Levis from James Lang.
Yeah, this game, Matthew Levis's points have not come easy. He's really, he's taken contact and he's had some tough shots, but especially in the paint, he's really getting them to go.
And Juhala, that's another great layup.
Yeah, speaking of strong takes,
Yep.
look at that shot by
Using his
Juhala.
height, using
Yep.
his immense height he has. Now here's Matthew Levis.
You know, I really feel that at least Coach V is trying to get Juhala more involved in the second half. He probably feels that since Juhala is he's a huge man, that maybe no one on Jesuit can handle him. So it looks like they're trying to dish out to him on the baseline and try to give him some easy layups. Shellstad bringing it up. You're running some screens on the baseline. Shellstad with an open three. Oh, and it doesn't fall. And it stays with West Linn. You know, even though the Jesuit is up by 12, it really doesn't tell the narrative of the story. I mean, I think the whole game has been about capitalization as Juhala puts in another basket. But, I mean, whoever can turn the most turnovers into points is going to win this game. And Jesuit's gotten a little head up there. Oh!
Here's Rutledge for a three. Oh, and comes up short. That's a first. You don't see that very often.
Yeah. Must have slipped out of his fingers or something.
Shellstad loses the ball. Great defense from Jesuit. Now here's Spencer McKelligan taking it up. James Lang for an uncontested three. It's good. James Lang with another three.
James Lang from three today has been lights out. He's made a ton of three-pointers today, and he's having a great game.
It's 4th three of the night, I believe. Now here's Micah Garrett to Durbin. Jojo Holla with a three.
Yeah, one thing to notice is that one of the reasons Jesuit is out and ahead is they have a lot more three-pointers than West Linn. West Linn's really been making their money from inside the arc, but Jesuit's been switching it up. James Lang's been a pivotal component into their lead today.
Yeah, that's a great point out. Yeah, I've noticed that a lot of the shooters, they've just been mid-range shooters like Micah Garrett and Herrick have been very good at pulling up in the elbows for floaters, but Jesuit have all around. They have good shooters, good drivers, good dribblers, good passers. Juhala now, short. Here's James Lang.
James Lang looking to push the ball up. Oh,
and almost that went into the basket.
That would have been pretty awesome if it did.
Yeah. Here's Shellstad for three. Unlucky again. Matthew Levis now turns around Shellstad. Oh, what an effort.
If only he made that, I would have gone crazy.
Here's Micah Garrett now. Great layup, great take, very strong with the ball.
Yeah, both teams are just back and forth those last 4 possessions for each. I mean, 2 possessions for each team. Both teams are really just coming at each other. There's been some turnovers, but obviously that layup by Micah Garrett is reason why.
Yeah. Now, looks like Conocolis has foot-stepped out. Now, change in guard. Aiden Corbett coming on, and Roy Buck coming on as well, taking off Matthew Levis and Liam Rutledge. As for West Linn.
The feast. Movement by West Linn there. Passing it to Zeke. Good jab step.
Colton Herrick. Here's Colton Young now for three. Great shot.
Let's see if this lineup switch by Coach Viacola turns out to be Let's see if the bench can create a spark for this team. And it's only an 8-point game, so it's very much a game right now.
Oh, great handles from Coldest to get out of that pressure. Can't finish the layup though. James Lang though with the floater. It is brought down in the face.
Another great job by McKelligan with 2 people all around him, tipping the ball up to get James Lang a shot there.
Like a little rough foul.
13 foul.
Coach Viacola was asking if that was a foul. To me, it looked like it was. He's arguing that it went straight up, but got the.
You could look at either point of view. I mean, defender did put his hands up, but he did also hit James' face.
Yeah, smack in the face.
So, I mean,
Free throw's good. Here's Kelton Herrick. Zeke Viacola now. Cross to Parker Durbin.
You can tell by Westland's offense. I mean, they're trying to score fast.
Yeah. Oh, that's a foul.
Strong take by Coach V's son, Zeke Viacola, right there.
Yeah, they're moving the ball around very quickly now. Shifting it. Crisp, nice passes. Strong dribbling as well. Being very direct, they're taking players on. They're going directly into Jesuit, trying to find a way through that tight defense. Now Liam Rutledge is coming back on, taking off Aiden Corbett. Second free throw is good by Zeke Viacola. And now Roy, early pressure. Connor Colas now to Liam Rutledge. Across to James Lang, who's going to shoot it for 3. It's good!
Wow.
James Lang is on fire tonight.
He is just knocking down 3 after 3. It's been impressive tonight, and he's putting the Crusaders over the top.
And he has a very strong legacy of basketball at Jesuit in his blood. His
maybe another one from James Lang. Oh, and it's a bit short.
But James Lang, his older brother Matthew Lang, played Jesuit basketball varsity, went on to play Gonzaga, and his cousin Andrew Lang as well.
Micah Garrett checks into the ball game.
32 seconds left in the third quarter as Jesuit is up by 11. This might be the last possession of the third quarter. Let's see what Westland can do with it.
Kelton Herrick now probing the defense. Here's Colton Young. Colton Young's had a decent game himself, getting a few good shots. Been probably the most successful shooter from long range. So here's Micah Garrett, strong take in, and it's fouled.
Yeah, not surprised that Micah Garrett was getting the ball there. He had the mismatch against Roy Bunn, and he takes it to the hoop strong, and like he did there. So he's going to the charity strike.
Looked like he almost got sandwiched by 2 Jesuit players there. Micah Garrett. Free throw's good. Looks like someone from the crowd's trying to get him to mess up by.
Parker Durbin checks in for the Lions.
Second free throw is good. The pressure from the home crowd will not deter Micah from getting those easy points. Roy Bunn, great handles now to get out of that pressure from Herrick. Roy Bunn out to Connor Colas for 3. A little bit short. James Lang with the ball.
Offensive rebound.
Another short again. And that's the end of the third quarter.
Now we're going to go to an interview with the assistant coach of Jesuit, Coach Feast. And he gave us a bit of an insight about the Jesuit Crusaders this season. And we're going to head to the interview.
Hi, this is Carly Isselman with JCTV, and I'm here with Coach Feast tonight. So, Coach Feast, how long have you been coaching at Jesuit?
6 years, I believe, 2 at the freshman level and the rest up here at the varsity level.
Awesome. So what has it been like coaching with someone that coached you?
It's been really fun, getting to see the other side of the whole process, from practices to games to preparation. It's been fun, and being able to build those relationships with our coaching staff that I played for is really fun.
Awesome. And what have you and the rest of the coaching staff done to prepare for the game tonight?
Lots of film. We watched some film, put a scouting report together, did a lot of breakdown stuff in practice, defensive stuff in preparation for their for their game plan, and just throw the guys out there and see what happens.
For sure. And what are the goals you hope to achieve with this team this year?
Our first goal is always to win the league title, and then after that, we kind of just take it one game at a time. It helps us to keep the kids grounded a little bit, so not really talk about state championships or anything like that. It's just one game at a time.
Of course. Thank you so much, Coach Peace. This has been Carly Esselman with JCTV. Hi,
Jesuit basketball begin the fourth quarter.
That was an interview with one of our other JCTV members, Carly Usselman, with Coach Peace. Here is Shellstad with a layup, a steal from James Lang earlier on. And
yeah, Wesleyan has really showed flashes of coming back to this game, but every time they bring it close, Jesuit tends to pull away.
And now Liam Rutledge with a three.
Oh, Spencer McKelligan with an offensive rebound and putting it back in for two. But like I was saying, yeah, Jesuit, if they keep playing like they are, they're going to win this game. Wesleyan needs to put them over and above, especially on the defensive side.
Well, now, I heard Coach Ficola screaming at his team to get on Rutledge because he knew he was a shooter. So they've identified one of the few good shooters at Jesuit on the Jesuit Crusaders roster.
Yeah, I'm sure he said the same thing about James Lang.
Yeah, James Lang, and most of these players are very good shooters, mid-range and long-range alike. Spencer McKelligan's third personal foul on Joe Juhala. Let's see if you get these easy points. First one is good. Second one falls. Now Parker Durbin coming on for Kelton Herrick.
Interesting foul call there on Jackson Shellstad. I mean, I didn't really see anything besides a good tough defense there, but maybe got a little. Looks like they're given. Maybe it was an offensive foul. Looks like Wesleyan has the ball, and the fans are not happy about that.
Personal foul is charged to James Lang.
They said personal foul to James Lang. Oh, Jesuit gets the ball back. Yeah, well, that is an interesting chain of events, but we're back to basketball.
Spencer McKelligan. Connor Colas. So Rutledge decides to pass it again. Matthew Levis take him to the basket and lose the ball. Good defense.
So Jesuits are getting a little sloppy getting into the fourth quarter. Now's the perfect time for Wesleyan to get right back into this game.
I feel like Coach Vicola has a very good plan if Jesuit were to lose a concentration. Very disciplined coach, has his team very well disciplined as well. Here's Mike Garrett to Juhala. Oh, open lane.
And Juhala puts it in. We are now it's a 5-point game, and it's getting close. We have a good game on our hands.
Jesuit really got to stay focused here, and for Wesleyan to pull ahead, they really got to be disciplined. They got to get those easy layups and those shots to fall.
Yeah, Jesuit's doing a slow, planned out motion, trying to get the perfect shot right here while also draining a little bit of clock. So if you were Jesuit right now, what plays would you be running? Who would you give the ball to right now?
I try to give the ball to the shooters try to get the shooters open like James Lang and Liam Rutledge.
Yeah.
Once they have an open shot, uncontested three, it's most likely going to fall. And that was a travel by Liam Rutledge.
Another turnover by Jesuit.
They're getting a bit sloppy.
Yeah, but I totally agree with you. I'd set some pick and rolls with James Lang, some screens for him, just get him some shots, especially threes.
Yeah.
Because he's been dominant from the arc in this game.
And they had last play, James Lang had the ball, kicked it out to Spencer McKelligan. Had it been the other way around, had Spencer kicked it out to James Lang, that would have most likely been a shot by James and would have gone in. And now Shellstad with a layup, great layup to put the game within 3 points now. We have a great game on our hands.
One possession game, and it's getting good right now.
And Matthew Levis, there's a kickball, I believe, from Micah Garrett. Now Roy Bunn and Eddie Corbett are coming in, the starters. And Spencer McKelligan and Connor Close will come out. Jesuit have their starting lineup back on the court. The strongest lineup, trying to get things working again.
Yeah, Westland is far from giving up. The game's right with them, and they brought out a ton of energy in this fourth quarter. They are so close to getting the game back to a tie and even leading it.
And if you can't see it, but they have a huge huge visiting crowd right next to us.
Oh,
and
wow!
Great block by Colton Young on James Lang. And now here's Micah Garrett. Another block by Liam Rutledge on this time. Excuse me.
Imagine the crowd's reaction if Micah could put that three in the basket.
Oh, now a three from Shellstad. Jesuit have to be very careful here, very clinical. Liam Rutledge for an uncontested three is good.
And he hits. Wow, Jesuit really needed that one. I mean, they were struggling coming into this fourth quarter, but William bailed them out right there.
I feel there was a sigh of relief for all the Jesuit fans and on the bench as well, that Jesuit having a bigger lead, a 6-point lead rather than a 3-point lead. Jesuit can come out of this timeout feeling a little comfortable.
Just been informed we have some discounted prices on popcorn and hot dogs in the concession stand. If anybody wants to leave a seat. Concession stand, discounted prices.
Inbounded now.
Looks like Jesuit's doing a full court press.
Roy Bunn on Shellstad again.
Great job drawing the charge there by Roy Bunn, and, well, he definitely settled that one.
Player control foul, Micah Garrett, his second, fourth team foul of the second half.
Roy Bunn taking on Colton Young. Aiden Corbett now. It's James Lang back to Aiden Corbett. Here's Liam Rutledge with the reverse layup. Great play. Jesuit have an 8-point lead now. They're pulling away from this game. There's still 4 minutes left, so we don't know what will happen. Colton Young, had Liam Rutledge up in the air with that fake shot.
And I thought it was going to be a jump ball or a travel by number 2, Colton Young, but looks like they got Jesuit got called with a foul.
Colton Young can't get the first to fall, and Parker Durbin is back on the court, taking out Zeke Viacola. Jesuit really got to box out here if they want to prevent the scoreline from getting any closer. But doesn't matter. Colton Young sinks his second free throw. And Kelton Herrick taking off 6'7", Joe Juhala. Roy Bunn trying to get out of this double team here. Here's Matthew Levis taking on Kelton Herrick, being almost triple teamed. Matthew Levis trying to get some space. Call for a push off there off Kelton Herrick by Matthew Levis. Matthew Lang for 3. Comes up short. Gets his own rebound, though. Kicks it out to Liam Rutledge. Across to Matthew Levis, who's open for a three-pointer. Doesn't fall. Matthew Levis gets the rebound, though.
Wow, Jesuit keeping numerous plays alive with many offensive rebounds, which is going to...
And that is a foul. Parker Durbin bodies James Lang on the ground.
Second, fifth team foul of the second half.
Yeah, Jesuit easily took off a minute of clock there, maybe even more with 2 offensive rebounds, which kept their possession alive for a very long time.
Well, that was a mistake by Roy Bunn.
Yeah, I think he got a little too excited there. I think they just got to slow it down a little bit. I mean, when they slow it down into a motion like that, I mean, they have plenty of wide open 3-pointers. So I think that should work out for them.
Juhala comes and takes off Colton Young. 48. Excuse me. Kelton Herrick for 3. Ooh, almost.
That was a great contest by James Lang there.
Here's Shellstad now. Dave Rutledge, strong rebound. Matthew Levis. And Mikey Garrett, third personal foul of the night. Foul on Matthew Levis. Jojo Halla coming out again. Colton Young is coming back on. Interesting change. Jojo Hollow's on for not even a minute, I feel like. And it's interesting, Coach Viacola is not really relying on his 2 tallest team members, Van Beenen and Jojo Halla.
Yeah, I think they try to get Joe Halla a little more initiated into the second half, but I mean, he's had some good moments, but I mean, hasn't really put them over on the top.
Liam Rutledge for 2.
Yeah, we're nearing the 2-minute mark, and Jesuit is up 61-53 with 1 more free throw to go.
Both shots are good. Here's Kelton Herrick now bringing the ball up. Got James Lang in front of him. Kelton Herrick, good handles. Here's Parker Durbin.
Ball game for West Linn. Zeke Bucolo.
Zeke Bucola is coming on, taking off Kelton Herrick. Here's Shellstad. Shellstad's a freshman, the only freshman on this team. Had a big influence in the game as well. So looking forward to see what he can do in the near future. And a good layup from Parker Durbin.
Yeah, I think you meant to say he was a sophomore there, but both sophomores, Spencer McKelligan and Zeke, have really made a good dent into this game.
And correction, Jackson Shellstad, the player we're talking about, is a freshman point guard.
Yeah, it's really impressive that a freshman can come in and makes the impact that he is playing against seniors.
Yeah, he has been a difference maker for West Linn, him and Micah Garrett. Parker Durbin as well has put in a good shift tonight, getting some layups and doing his work defensively. Oh, and nice steal from Jackson Shellstad, and a great reverse layup to cap off that move. Game is another 5-point game. Matthew Levis double team now, but here's James Lang to Roy Bunn. Here's Aiden Corbett. And Coach Vicola is calling for a foul. They're wanting to draw that foul on Aiden Corbett to get those shots.
Parker Durbin his third. 8th team foul. Aiden Corbett at the line, shooting 1 and 1.
Now, Kavis, can you walk me through the rationale of trying to foul a player to get them to shoot 1-on-1? What's the point of that?
Well, I mean, basically, I'd say for the first 10, 15 seconds of the possession, teams are trying to see if they can generate a steal. Micah Garrett there with a 2-point shot, which cuts the lead down to 3 points with 1:20 left on the clock. But like we were talking about, if a team can't get a turnover or a steal in the first 10, 15 seconds of the possession, then they're going to get a little riskier and start fouling because they don't want to waste any more time. But that's basically the explanation of why.
Okay.
But
Because
yeah.
soccer is my main sport, so I don't understand some of the reasoning between of fouling. I guess, is it also because the player has a less chance of a lower chance of getting a point if they're at the free throw line?
I mean, if I was Jesuit, even if I got a good jumper shot, I wouldn't take it. The objective for Jesuit right now is to waste clock. So I mean, obviously they're going to be trying to run around. So I mean, they're not looking for shots, but I mean, Wesleyan is they're getting a chance. I mean, Jesuit could miss their free throws, but I mean, Jesuit is a great free throw shooting team. But yeah, it's tough to know when the whole 1-and-1 went to foul thing should be happening.
Yeah, it's risky business, but Coach Viacola, probably a coach who's no stranger to taking risks.
Yeah. We got Wesleyan with a full court press.
Liam Rutledge, and that's a foul.
Very quick foul at the second.
Yeah,
fouling Coach Viacola's son, Zeke. And one thing to notice in high school basketball, it's a 1-and-1, so if they miss the first, the ball is alive.
Oh, and Liam Rutledge comes up short for that free throw. And
it's a jump ball. I wonder who this. Oh, and it's staying with Linn.
Now this could be dangerous for Jesuit if Wesleyan make a 3 or even score here.
Yeah, any points is helpful for them. I mean, right now 1:15. That's a good amount of time for them to get a good-looking shot. So I mean, wow. I mean, that was. Wesleyan got a little lucky there with missed free throw.
I think the pressure might be getting to some of the players. Usually Liam Rutledge is a great shooter, doesn't come up short on a free throw, and he came up short that time, hit the rim.
Yeah, I mean, these are the moments that really define a team and coach. I'm no doubt that Coach Viacola is prepared for this, and he's probably been in this situation numerous times. So let's see what teams can do.
Now here is Zeke Viacola. Stolen nice by James Lang. That will do worlds for Jesuit. They're going to hold on to this ball now. Here's Roy Bunn taking it to the basket. Wonderful Euro step. Almost for an and one. Now, Viacola's annoyed. Coach Viacola's annoyed with that foul there.
All right, Roy Bunn. This is 2 free throws, so it's not a 1-and-1. So Roy Bunn can really can turn it into a 2-possession game with 1 made free throw. And he does it. So now Jesuit has a little bit of breathing space. Yeah.
Now, if he makes this second one, he does. That's a sigh of relief for Coach Gene Potter. They have a little bit of breathing space with 50 seconds left to go. Here's Shellstad. It's getting very intense in here now. And that.
Oh, it is a blocking foul. Wow, that could have gone either way. I mean, people are a little mad about that call, but it is what it is.
Looks like the Jesuit fans aren't happy with that. They thought it was a charge, I believe, for Aiden Corbett.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the hardest calls in the game, differentiating a charge and a blocking foul. I mean, as much as Corbett could try to sell that one, I think the ref was pretty intent on seeing that it was blocking, not a charging foul.
Both coaches now, Coach Potter and Viacola, are on their feet.
Yeah, these are huge free throws here for Jackson Shellstad.
The freshman's got a lot of pressure. First one's good. Pressure does not get to Jackson Shellstad.
Imagine being a freshman, just came in high school, and being put up against the state champion Jesuit Crusaders.
Now it's a three-point game.
Wow.
Things are getting spicy in here, Kavish.
Couldn't have said it any better, Eloy. We got ourselves a game.
Now Kelton Herrick's come back in, taking off Durbin.
Good time out there. Couldn't find anything. No harm in calling a time out there.
Here's James Lang. Ooh,
Oh.
Matt Levis is quick to get there. That's a foul, I believe. Jackson Shellstad.
Jackson Shellstad is four.
Matthew Levis has a chance to give some breathing room for Jesuit.
And he makes it a two-possession game. Looks like it's going to be a long couple seconds. I mean, obviously Westland's going to try to get a quick basket and foul. Let's see if Jesuit's offense can keep putting in the free throws. And they are.
I'm starting to see a pattern. Westland get within 3 points of Jesuit, and then Jesuit always extend their lead to a two-possession game. Here's Jackson Shellstad trying to create something here. A floater doesn't fall. James Lang is being double-teamed. And here's Viacola now. Nice steal.
Running up the court.
Oh, and that's stolen by James Lang. And Roy Bunn has a chance to put the game to bed, but misses and is fouled. And I believe it's out of Westland's reach now.
Yeah, it looks like Jesuit's going to pull away with this one. I mean, you never say never, but I mean, if Roy Bunn puts in a couple of these free throws, game looks to be over.
Roy Bunn coolly puts the first one away.
Yeah. So, Eloy, if you had to name a player of the game for Jesuit, who would you say it would be, in your opinion?
I give it to James Lang. Had a very good night with shooting. Always there for those threes.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. He's
very lethal shooter.
Yeah, every time Westland's come back and closed out the game, James Lang's always there with a three, and you know those 3 points. There's a good amount of points every time he scores a three. Puts you up by a lot more.
He scored 5 or 6. I haven't been taking score, but
yeah,
he scored almost 20 points, if not more.
He's been pretty close to unstoppable behind the arc tonight. But I agree with you. I would also give it to James Lang.
And for Westland, who was the stand-up player for you? They've had a very good game themselves.
Yeah.
They've had a lot of scores. There've been a lot of different players scoring.
Yeah,
but
I would have to give it to Jackson Shellstad. For
the freshman.
Me, personally, like I didn't know he was a freshman until halftime, and I was really surprised by that. Like a freshman in a high school varsity game, and like when I first saw him, he played like a senior, and I mean,
he's not playing like a freshman.
He's been the leader of this offense, and he's proved it tonight.
And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The game ends. Jesuit with a very big victory over Westland. Number 5-seeded Westland scored 68-61.
Yeah, it was very close to the end. We had a great game tonight, but yeah, it was a great game. And we
For the Lions, points. Jackson Shellstead at 14.
Jackson Shellstad, one of our players of the game, had 14 points. James Lang himself, he had 20 points tonight. That's
That's a great stat for him.
yeah, very good job from James Lang. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in with us for JCTV. It's always a pleasure to present to you Jesuit Crusaders Sports. This has been Aloy Veto,
And Kavish Siddhartha, have a great night.
and have a very happy holidays. Thank you very much.
Out of Los Angeles.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. One more point. Both these teams are heading off to the Les Schwab Invitational, so be sure to keep notes on that and see how they do. It's a very prestigious, very high level, and very well-known
It'll be
basketball tournament that a lot of teams from all over the nation attend.
It'll be taking place at Liberty High School, and it should be a great tournament. Tons of people come out to support, and there's always a ton of great games. So just letting you know, it's coming up in December and early January. So if you're interested in more high school basketball, Les Schwab Invitational is for you. But
All right.
signing off once again, have a great night and happy holidays.